Here's problem 417. A block is supported on a compressed spring which projects the block straight up in the air at velocity v equal to v naught y j. The spring and ledge it sits on retracts. You can then win a prize by hitting the block with a ball. When should you throw the ball, and in what direction to be sure that the ball hits the block? Assuming the ball can reach the block before the block reaches the ground, and that the ball is thrown from a height equal to the release position of the block. Alright, so we've got a block. We're going to launch it from ground. We'll launch it with some velocity, v naught, and it's going to go straight up. It'll go to some maximum height, and then it'll fall back down to the ground. When it's falling, it's going to have a displacement due to the acceleration of gravity, which is down, and its displacement will be 1/2 gt squared. So all the time it's in the air, it's going to have a net displacement equal to v naught t minus 1/2 gt squared from its original point. Alright, so you're going to throw the ball from ground level, and you're going to give it some initial velocity. Let's say v1, and all the while it's in the air, you're going to have displacement equal to v1t plus a negative 1/2 gt squared. In other words, you're going to have another displacement as your throw is falling that is also going to be 1/2 gt squared. The problem is trying to hit the block is that even though both objects are falling at the same rate over the same time, t is constant for both, the block has some velocity going up, and you have some velocity that is going at some angle. If you could actually aim at the block when it's at its maximum height, then your velocity times time will reach that point, and then your 1/2 gt squares for both objects will be exactly the same. Hence, your thrown ball will fall the same distance as the block does from maximum height, and then you'll make up the difference of going horizontally by the fact that you have aimed with the initial velocity to that point. Hence, if you wait until the block reaches the maximum height where its velocity is 0, then from that point on, the displacement of your thrown ball will be v1t plus 1/2 gt squared in a vector sense, while the block will just simply have 1/2 gt squared, and eventually the two shall meet. So along the way, the block is somewhere here, and your thrown ball goes through projectile motion, falling, and hits the block in midair. So you want to aim at it when the block is at its highest point and direct your throw directly at the block. That answer is C. At the instant when the block is the highest point, direct it at the block.